Hey guys, Zinalo here, and I have some great news. Colony of Illusion is back in production. For those of you who might not be familiar with the show, you may be wondering what Colony of Illusion is. Well, it is a simple little competition show following 20 sentient inanimate objects as they battle for a prize, which I'm not sure I ever publicly revealed. Ah well. Anyway, there are a lot of these types of object shows in existence, but I think what sets Colony of Illusion somewhat apart is its more grounded tone and its focus on character interactions while still remaining pretty lighthearted and fun overall. Also, the show was originally created as a love letter to PowerPoint text shows in the object show genre, which came out around a decade ago. But after releasing 3.5 episodes last year, I came to the realization that I don't like animating in PowerPoint. Months of production frustrations with the second part of episode 4 later, I decided to put the show on an indefinite hiatus. Until now. I'm not going to go into detail on what factors caused the COI hiatus, but in order for the show to move forward smoothly, I will be making a few changes. I had already announced that Colony of Illusion would be animated in Adobe Animate starting with the next episode, and that is still the case. However, due to some issues surrounding writing and the fact that I'm not a huge fan of how episode 4A turned out, I will restart the production of episode 4 from scratch. As a result, neither episode 4A nor the unfinished episode 4B are considered canon, although the beta episode 4 and the updated episode 4 will share some plot points. Finally, I find timing text frustrating, so starting with episode 4, Colony of Illusion will have full voice acting, and voiceovers for the existing episodes 1 through 3 will be released over time to make the show more accessible to a wider audience. So, instead of a glorified slideshow, COI will be more similar to an animatic now. Still not fully animated, still animated by one person, that being me, and still hopefully similar to those old PowerPoint shows in writing and tone, if not presentation. With that being said, I am an adult and a full-time college student, working towards a degree that has nothing to do with animation or show production. There are some areas of production where I will need some assistance moving forward, and that is where you all come in. I am opening up auditions for Colony of Illusion. For this set of auditions, I am looking for voice actors, audio editors, and designers. I may open up auditions for other areas in the future if I need to, but for now, these are the only 3 parts of production I feel I need help with. Before I go into detail for each category, there are a few general audition requirements. Unless I know you in real life, you must have Discord, and thus be at least 13 years old, as Discord will be the main method of communication for the crew. Deadlines for submitting contributions will be set at 3 weeks, and this applies to these auditions as well. If you cannot make these deadlines every single time, that is okay, but you must communicate with me in advance if you need an extension. Extension lengths will be decided on a case-by-case basis. I have had some previous experiences with inefficient or unreliable crew members, and I would like to avoid repeating those experiences. If you take too long to submit something without communicating to me why you are taking so long, I may need to remove you from the crew, or in the case of designers and audio editors, reassign your contributions to another crew member. Finally, all work will be unpaid, at least for the time being, so this is all volunteer work rather than paid positions. Those are all of the basic requirements, so let's get into the individual roles. For voice acting, you will need at least a decent quality microphone. As long as I can hear your lines clearly and the quality of your audio is good and has little to no background noise, what you use to record your lines will not affect my final picks for who will voice each character. There are a lot of characters without voice actors, so please feel free to audition for as many as you want. The only characters that either already have voice actors or do not speak are currently shown on screen. Now, let me show you all of the characters who still need voice actors. So, that's everyone who is currently up for auditions. Let's move on to audio editing. The additional requirements for audio editors are minimal. Basically, all I ask is that you have some prior experience with audio editing, or at least know what you're doing. As long as the audio is clear, it does not matter to me what software you use to edit. To audition, all you need to do is send me some of your previous audio editing work to showcase your skills in this area. I will likely recruit as many audio editors as I feel I need, without having so many that production gets chaotic. In a perfect world, I intend for the audio editors to do most of the editing and processing for episodes while I make final revisions. Audio editing is very time consuming for me, and the help would be much appreciated and save a lot of time. Finally, designer auditions. While this may extend to other areas in the future, the main area where I need assistance right now is with drawing recommended characters. Drawing the RCs myself has been a rather frustrating process, but I do not want to take this much enjoyed aspect of COI away, so I feel that this is the best solution. In most aspects of design, I would be a massive perfectionist on having everything match the style of the show, and I would have it be made in Adobe Animate, where the show is animated, but I'm more lenient on the appearance of recommended characters, as they will likely only appear for a split second each. As long as they fit well in the appearance of the background, and you can send an asset or a pose to me easily as a transparent image that I can import into Adobe Animate, it doesn't really matter what software you use. To audition to become an RC designer, please send some examples of your artwork to me, particularly your style of drawing object show characters. Well, that's all the information about the audition requirements themselves. There will be 2 accepted ways to submit your auditions. You can either submit through the auditions channel on my Discord server, Xenalo's World, which is linked in the description, or you can simply send your audition to me through a DM. Auditions will close 3 weeks after this video releases on the date shown on screen. Once again, 3 weeks will be the customary deadline for submitting any contributions for episodes as well. If you are accepted into Colony of Illusion's crew, I will let you know privately after I have decided who to properly recruit, and I will invite you to the crew Discord server. If you are not accepted, please understand that it is nothing against you, and I encourage you to stick around. There will be future opportunities to join the crew, particularly in voice acting, but potentially in other areas as well. I want to use this video to build up a repository of dedicated potential crew members, as future opportunities to join the crew will likely be exclusive to Xenalo's World. Thank you for watching, I hope you audition, and if you do audition, I wish you the best of luck. See you next time.